Imagine this. You've moved on after a divorce. Life is starting to feel normal again, and your only focus is on raising your child. But just when you think the past is finally behind you, someone new enters the picture, and suddenly everything changes. This is exactly what happened to a woman named Maria. Maria had been divorced for nearly 2 years, but the ties of her past relationship were still present in her life in ways she could not simply erase. She shared a daughter with her ex-husband, Daniel, and because of that, their lives remained inevitably connected. After the divorce, Maria decided to keep Daniel's last name. It wasn't just about convenience, it was about identity, about belonging. Most of all, it was about her daughter, Lily. Maria wanted her daughter to feel that sense of unity when people addressed them together as a family, even if the marriage itself had collapsed. For a long time, this decision had never been questioned. Daniel didn't care. In fact, he never once mentioned the name issue. Life had settled into a rhythm of shared custody, co-parenting struggles, and moments of bittersweet normalcy. But everything shifted the day Daniel's new girlfriend, Sophia, entered the picture. One afternoon, when Maria arrived at Daniel's house to pick up Lily, Sophia stepped outside before Maria could even ring the bell. Closing the door behind her, Sophia crossed her arms and said firmly, "We need to talk." Maria was caught off guard. She was used to polite, minimal interactions. Maybe a quick hello, maybe nothing at all. But Sophia's tone was sharp, almost confrontational. Sophia didn't waste time. "Daniel and I want to get married," she said. "But there's one thing standing in the way. You still use his last name. It's weird. You need to change it back." Maria blinked, stunned. Of all the things that could have been brought up, this was the last she expected. Sophia even went as far as offering money for the paperwork. "It's super easy. I'll even pay for it. You just need to let go. It's time to move on." Maria nodded politely at the moment, but inside her mind was racing. Was her name really the obstacle to their marriage? Or was this some kind of power play, an attempt to erase her completely? That evening, while Lily played in her room, Maria sat at the kitchen table staring at old photo albums. Pictures of her wedding day, smiling faces, moments she once thought would last forever. She remembered the sound of Daniel's laughter when they first bought their house, the smell of coffee on lazy Sunday mornings, the soft excitement when Lily was born. Those memories, both good and painful, were tied to the very name Sophia now wanted her to abandon. Maria whispered to herself, "It's not just his name, it's my daughter's name. It's mine too." There were times during the marriage when Maria had already felt invisible. Daniel had grown distant, buried in work and distractions, and Maria often found herself holding the pieces of their home together. Still, she stayed, hoping things would improve. She would take Lily on long walks to the park, watching her daughter chase butterflies, listening to her giggle as she ran through fields of grass. One afternoon, Maria remembered sitting with Lily under a tree. Her daughter had asked innocently, "Mommy, will we always have the same name?" Maria smiled and kissed her forehead. "Yes, sweetheart. No matter what happens, we'll always share it. You and me together." That promise burned in Maria's memory now more than ever. How could she break that bond just because someone else felt uncomfortable? The situation became even more complicated when Sophia began spending time with Lily. At first, Maria tried to stay calm. It wasn't unexpected that a new partner would be involved in her daughter's life. But one day, Lily mentioned something that unsettled Maria. Sophia says it's weird that we have the same last name, Lily said quietly while coloring at the table. Maria froze, her heart tightening. She knelt down next to her daughter and gently took her hand. Sweetheart, don't you worry about that. Our name is special and it's something we share. No one can take that away from us. Lily looked up with wide eyes. But will you change it? Maria shook her head firmly. No, my love, I'm keeping it. For you. Still, the doubts crept in. Late at night, Maria would lie awake, questioning everything. Was she holding onto the past by keeping this name? Would changing it really make her life simpler? Or was she letting herself be pushed around by someone who had no right to decide her identity? What made it worse was the financial burden Daniel had left behind. He owed Maria thousands in unpaid child support. Yet, instead of addressing that, Sophia had the audacity to offer money for a name change. The irony made Maria furious. Her friends told her to ignore it. It's your name now. Once you changed it, it became part of your life. You don't owe anyone an explanation. But Maria's heart was still heavy. She didn't want open conflict with Sophia. After all, Sophia was around her daughter, and Maria didn't want Lily caught in the middle of tension. Weeks later, the issue came up again. This time, Sophia was more direct. We can't move forward until you let go of the name. It's disrespectful. Maria finally looked her in the eye and replied with a calm strength she hadn't felt in years. No, this name connects me to my daughter. It's part of who I am. Your marriage has nothing to do with my identity. For the first time, Sophia had no response. That night, Maria tucked Lily into bed. As she kissed her daughter's forehead, Lily whispered, I'm glad we still have the same name, Mommy. Maria's eyes filled with tears, but they were tears of relief. In that moment, she realized she had made the right choice. Her name was more than a reminder of a broken marriage. It was a symbol of motherhood, resilience, and love. It was her story, her daughter's story, and no one else had the right to erase it. Sometimes people will try to control how we define ourselves. But identity is deeply personal. It's not just about the past. It's about the bonds we choose to keep and the promises we refuse to break. Maria's decision to keep her name wasn't about clinging to history. It was about protecting her daughter, honoring herself, and standing firm against pressures that tried to silence her voice. What about you? Do you think Maria made the right choice? Or do you side with Sophia's perspective? If you were in this situation, what would you do? Share your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear your take. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this story, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends.